First of all, we live.
DMV, you know what time it is, none other than the BASSLINE podcast presented by TheEvrydywknd. I'm your host as always, Capo, feeling good, feeling great. To the left of me as always is none other than this. Are you the first or the second Mo? One of the two Mo's and two Mo's in the yo.
What's good? How you living?
I'm good, young Mitchell. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well.
Good to see you.
Likewise.
All right. To the right of him, we've got an ultimate bad boy. Smokes strawberry nicotine and wears dueling labels at the same time. He's got on a paid in full Rockefeller hat.
It's not a Rockefeller hat. Where
did paid in full come from? It's a Rockefeller film.
What does that have to do?
And then you have on a bad boy. And then you have on a bad boy jersey. I'm very confused.
The brand is 22-2, and I'm just in my New York bag today. Okay, so you shut your mouth.
You've never New Yorked.
Today I am.
All right. Last but certainly not least, we got Solo and her tattoo here.
That's great.
She's committed to that shit. I love that shit.
Absolutely.
Can we make that a drop?
We're gonna have to isolate it, but I think it can happen.
I feel like
I'm capable.
I trust that you will be more than capable of doing that.
He's an able man.
So look, man, we doing a quick pod today, man. It's Sunday. It's nice outside.
It's hot as fuck outside.
You only choose to wear black. That's a personal problem. It's summer. Wear cooler colors. And then you got on a Drake chain. Like, this is very confusing.
I actually had to, it's not a Drake chain.
666.
First of all, I actually had somebody ask me, like, how do you get through summers in black? And I was like, the first summer was the worst. Then after that, you kind of get used to it.
All right.
Yeah.
So
don't even feel it.
We got some shit outside. We got some crabs, some scrimps, some Tequila O Cups. We got brews. We about to go crazy. It's the Godfather's birthday. Shout out to my nigga Nature Boy. Happy B-Day. So we about to celebrate. But I wanted to, get in here and talk a couple topics real quick. Mainly, I wanted to start with young Mitchell's Drake experience.
Yes.
Because, boy, did you have your camera close to that man's face.
How much were those tickets?
$370.
With all due respect, you were mighty high for $400.
Well, I was actually going to say...
I was in section 100.
I was actually going to say those are pretty decent because when I was looking for tickets for me and G, they were definitely a wow to be in the fucking nosebleeds.
Were you looking on a ticket reseller?
I'm not sure. As soon as I saw that, I said, I'm not spending $1,000 for Drake to be in the nosebleeds.
So the saga to even me getting Drake tickets, when the tickets first dropped, they had the pre-sale for the first 2 days. And I was taking L's. And I was like, you know what?
Was it like a lottery or some shit?
No, it was just like pre-sale. So, but the pre-sale gets sold out in
everyone just pressed
2 seconds, right?
Just like that.
And so, took L on Wednesday, took L on Thursday, and I was like, they still have box offices, and so I called Capital One, and I was like, hey, if I go to the box office, will I be able to purchase tickets for the Drake show? They were like, yeah, as long as we have tickets, you could buy some in person. I was like, bet. So.
That's how you beat all them fees too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That Friday where tickets dropped to everybody before after the pre-sale, I went to Ticketmaster. Tickets went on sale at 10. Got there at 9:30. I was the 5th person in line.
Okay.
Because niggas don't go outside.
Facts, yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is about to be a breeze. This is great. So yeah, got my tickets. But no, the show was dope. I enjoyed it.
Why is he wearing the apron? Did he explain that? Like why the apron?
Let him cook now.
I mean, he didn't explain it. He didn't explain anything.
But he wore the apron?
Yeah, he did. He had 5 different outfits on.
Respect. Okay.
But
but the show was lit.
The show was dope. I only have two grievances.
All right, let's start.
My first grievance. 21 Savage didn't do any of his old stuff. So when 21 Savage first got popping, he didn't do No Heart, he didn't do songs from that project. He just did all the songs he did with Drake.
Well, it's Drake's tour.
Okay.
Yeah, has he done those at any other tour?
I mean, well, it's both of theirs tour.
Oh, that's true.
It's the Drake and 21 Savage show. Niggas just say the Drake show because Drake is Drake.
Yeah.
It was promoted as Drake and 21 Savage.
See, I thought it was just his tour.
No.
I wouldn't nah. So what I'm saying is with a titan like Drake, on the show, it's his show.
Yeah, but my thing was I thought that 21 was gonna open for Drake, and then
Do
Drake would
his
bring him
hits.
out like somewhere through his set,
Yeah.
and then they do the songs together.
Well, that's what they did in New York.
Oh.
Well, 21 Yachty opened for Drake
In
DC at my show. It was actually a good performance. I fucked with it.
I think Yachty's a great performer. I don't want to just sit around listening to a bunch of Yachty. Though.
I mean, well, yeah, that's fair.
but I think his show is lit.
I can
Yeah.
agree.
I don't understand the appeal of Yachty. Can someone explain this to me?
It's
It's just him being him.
it's just
But the
vibey
music
ass
is
shit.
ass. Or
If
maybe
you-
it's just not for me. Let me say that. It's not for me.
It's not for you,
You
in
got
the
your-
house, in the car, none of that. It's
Oh, it's
out-
like
I gotta remember-
big stage music.
it's outside music.
It's
Yeah.
meant for you to experience.
It's you got to be
I
at the
just
function.
never heard a boat song that where I was like, you know what? I can't wait to be outside. Like if I hear a Drake in the car, I'm like, yo, this in the
But
club
the-
or this outside is gonna be crazy.
Right,
I've never
but
heard
they-
a boat song where I'm like, yo, I can't wait.
I'm not gonna call them boat songs because I'm from here.
And I'm like,
and
damn, that sounds crazy.
Boat has a totally
drug.
different meaning to
Yeah.
us.
Oh, what is it? What is
That's
it?
that butt naked had you on the yellow line in the middle of the street with your dick out.
Well, then
Smoking
Yachty song. I
wet.
never heard a Yachty song.
Or at least put Lil Boat in there. Something like
Thank you.
Lobo.
it can't just be boat.
I have never heard a Yachty song where I was like, yeah, this outside is gonna be crazy.
No, but they
Yeah.
do work outside.
His interview with that white girl was fucking hilarious though.
That white girl is interesting.
She's
but
We're the
hilarious.
ones in the bed.
Yeah. Well, that's the Drake joint. Wait,
Oh.
she's got a Yachty joint too.
Yeah, it just came out. Also, why were they?
Why were they in the bed? I thought that was about. I thought that was.
I also
her
thought it was a
thing.
little creepy that Drake kept like offering her the drink and she was like, "Nah." I thought that was part of the shtick though, because she's awkward, you know. But why are we in a bed at 3:00 in the morning?
What? How old is that
Having
girl?
sex.
She's grown. She's got like 2 kids. I think she's 25. She said in the Yachty thing, she's like 25, 26,
Okay.
or 28. I think. Excuse me. Yeah, something like that.
28. Really?
25, 26, 27, 28.
Right.
I meant
Between
Yeah.
25 and 28. I
My
forget.
bad. 36. My bad. It was
Yeah.
30.
No, between 25 and
42.
28. But she's like a
42.
whole ass woman. Yeah, she's not a child by
Oh,
any means.
she
Yeah.
just looks young. Okay. Respect.
Yeah, super. young.
Anyway,
So that was
Back to the
my
Drake
that was my
experience.
first grievance. My second grievance is Drake did my favorite song from him, which was Jungle, but he didn't do the best part of Jungle. So that was my only other grievance.
Did he do any comeback season or no?
I be looking
No.
for like real show notes, and this nigga
That
tell
was
me
like,
wants
yo,
some,
that was.
You asked me about, so I was like, I had 2 gripes, and I was giving you the gripes.
Okay,
My-
what was dope about the show? Because
the show was dope because it was just, he did a lot of old stuff, not like comeback season, all of that, like way back, but like from Take Care on, he did
So not
that.
even so far gone stuff.
Yeah, nah.
Oh, okay.
like legitimate album Drake.
Yeah. And it was dope. And I just thought it was dope because like he expressed like, yo, when I was on my come up, DC was the city that showed me the most love.
Yeah, I heard he shouted out Park and all that.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I was at what's the
He
shit?
said love.
Yeah, he
Love,
said
my bad,
love.
yeah.
He was like, yeah, man, I shut down Love. That shit not even a club no more. And I was like, damn, you keep up. That's good. But it was just dope to see that he was like, yeah, DC is one of the reasons I'm a big artist. And a lot of people don't have that same story.
Yeah, it's
That's
time
crazy.
for food. So I don't know. I feel like Drake caters to where he's at.
Absolutely.
He's a good businessman. Like,
Like
when
any
he-
big artist would.
yeah, like when he pull up on J. Cole, he gonna tell him he the greatest artist in the world, and he
I
loves
remember
him.
North Carolina. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's still just something dope to experience because you know
Even if
how
it's disingenuous.
yeah.
I mean,
Niggas fall for lies every day. So it's just
speaking
I
of
love
Drake
that.
being disingenuous, them little pop shots he did on Travis's album. I mean, he's mad corny for that.
okay.
Why?
We'll get there in a second.
Yeah, we can go there later, but I'm gonna cook your.
But yeah,
beats.
the Drake show was dope. It was it was well worth the money I spent and not mad at it. And Drake was outside of Beyonce. I've seen like all the superstars.
Word.
So
Okay.
Beyonce's the last one on my
Okay.
list.
So who was a superstar with you?
I went with my homegirl Maya, the one that came to where did we go? Glorilla with me.
She came to Kiki Palmer too with her cousin and shit.
Oh, cousin K was there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, cousin K.
Yep.
That's what's up.
But that's dope. It was a good show. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
I kind of got on her too. I was like, hey, Don't do that.
Do what? Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Oh, hey man.
That's off camera.
Yeah, just call me.
Enough.
You'll have a better experience.
But yeah, so yeah, nah, that was my Drake experience. How were you guys this weekend, everybody? How
Man,
was tour? How was
I'm-
tour? Actually, fuck,
Yeah.
how was tour? Let's talk about that.
Tour was you remember you might be too young. You ever watch Backstage?
I remember that show. I mean, not show, but yeah,
The
I remember. Yeah,
I remember how Dame and Jay were like very like we're just gonna stick to the mission, not a whole lot of partying and getting fucked. It had to be that.
Mhm.
And I fully understood it when they did it now.
Mhm.
After this experience of this particular tour, because it was 4 shows in 5 days versus last summer, it was like 9 shows in 2.5 months or something.
yeah.
Um,
I from the outside looking in, I enjoyed it because I only went to the Baltimore show.
mhm.
But when I showed up, Nature was DJing, but he already had his shades on, and it was 8:45. I said yes, this is gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was 2 shot glasses next to the laptop,
Mhm.
and I know they were tequila shots because they were limes
Mhm.
on the rim. I was like, oh yeah, he's in his element. I
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
But it was like that was strategic, right? That was the Baltimore stop.
Mhm.
We was going home that night.
Yeah.
And we did the 2 reviews the next night. But even on 2 reviews, I had 2 beers and then I drove to Philly.
Yeah, there was no. That was the first. There was no whiskey on 2 reviews that day. I was a little confused, but I was like, oh, I understand it.
It was all like Paul's load management, right?
Yeah.
So that even in when we got to New York,
Capo Leonard.
we parked in New York. We had tacos at the spot below the Airbnb. We went upstairs to the Airbnb, went to the deck, niggas rolled up. I proceeded to attempt to take a nap, but I at the most didn't move and closed my eyes. I might have dozed off 10, 15 minutes in between here, then
One of those
another
things
10
where you're
minutes.
just sitting there with your eyes closed.
You were resting your eyes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I was resting my soul. So there's a photo that TP took where he was just taking pictures of everybody out there, and I'm laying in my girl lap sleep. Right?
It's not a bad place to be.
Sensational. But so you see that, and then that night the show goes till 3. We don't get out of there till like 3:30. And then I drove back to Philly. So I didn't get back till 5. So all I did was shifted my work day, essentially, right? I pretty much slept most of the day and then got up when it was time to go to work, went to work, did my job, and then went home. You get what I'm saying?
Instead of the 9 to 5, you did the 5 to 9.
Right. And it was like, I had a beer, I had some shots before we got there.
Sure.
But once we got there, I had a beer at the show and AJ, and that was it.
Did you go to the Jay-Z museum at the Brooklyn Library?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I was not
Working,
there for that. Yeah, I wasn't even in. I was in New York for like 14 hours or some shit.
Well, there were some reps there. No? So that,
Yeah, there was some
you know,
reps. There was some people in the building.
Some label people, yeah.
Yeah, some definitely some important people
Yeah.
in the building.
How'd that go, by the way? Pan out real nice?
Yeah, I mean the show was packed. Typical working an event stuff though. You know what I mean? Like figuring out the door, figuring out merch. Dealing with a audience of artists that did come into town that are used to our show starting at like 7 and ending at 11, and the doors had just opened at 11.
Yeah.
And people navigating what that looks like and what that type of situation or stamina looks like. So, yeah. But the shows were fun. Like I really liked RVA Boombox. I thought the venue was really set up nice, super artist friendly. Yeah, it's just a really dope aesthetic, really good sound system and lights, and it's like hip hop head owned and ran. So
RVA
like,
is big for anything artsy.
so it's
Anything,
super
music,
dope, and it's
all
like
that.
in the back of a tattoo shop, but you can't access it through the tattoo shop
Yeah.
type shit. It's got their own
Sounds
little,
about right for Richmond.
not little, but they got their own radio station situation in there. I don't know if it's like terrestrial or digital because I didn't had the chance to
Sure.
research that. But I was like, this is cool. They was like, yo, if y'all want to do some interviews back there or whatever, like it's set up. It's like we're not gonna have time to do all that.
Yeah, but thank you.
Yeah, well,
Maybe next time.
so the interesting thing about the tour is normally we do shows within an hour of home for the most part, and then we travel some too, right? Of
Yeah.
course. So this one was a first where it was like a lot of nights. What we knew we had walking in the room was me and Nature. That was it. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to to run the merch, not just set it up. I was also running sign-ins. I was also doing some ticketing. These were also hats that Nature had to pick up partially. I had to do some DJing that was really
very interesting to see.
crafty.
I
what the fuck?
I enjoyed it.
It was really just like crafty. Like I'm not DJing.
You just used the Apple Mix feature.
Nah,
No.
he was on the controller. He was
Yeah,
going,
like,
going back and
okay.
forth.
Cute
I
and
was
shit,
like,
No, like
he was really
He was
like
turning knobs and whatnot.
no. The
Nah.
setup doesn't change, right? We're not swapping anything.
Yeah.
It's Nature's everything up there,
Yeah.
right? But when he's performing, he wants to go track to track to track to track.
So he had the set list. And
I
he
have
was-
a set list and I'm dropping the tracks in
Sure,
and
sure.
He was more than he.
drop, but I'm not mixing or blending anything.
He's
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
he's
yeah.
not scratching.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but no, he did. He did it.
That's
dope.
what's up.
It was good to
That's
see.
what's
It.
up.
He did a great job.
Sounds like it
DJing.
might be time for some staff.
I love
Well,
the Capo
yeah.
hype man shit too. I love when Nature be doing the Godfather shit and Capo.
I just
Go.
like when both of them have shades on at the same time. 'Cause
Going crazy.
I know both of them are going to act up.
Yeah, going crazy.
Is this a good kind of act up?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I'm concerned. I'm
Sometimes you
I'm
got to
listening
show
to
your
feedback.
ass, man. Especially if there was label people in the building, you got to show them exactly why we're here.
But I do have a question,
Yeah.
and the question was brought to me by one of my friends. What was the difference? Why was like all the tour stops were the same,
Mhm.
but why was one the Six Rings tour and why was the Loading Legends tour? Like what was the thought process behind that?
One, branding.
Mhm.
Two, in line with branding, there comes the confusion when you put the showcase and open mic almost on the same bill
Mhm.
that there's no open mic.
Yeah.
And so by creating that kind of separation
Mhm.
of the event, it puts all of it in one room, but it gives
it's
the
a
proper-
mental line in the sand, is what it is.
Yeah.
it allows the right people to understand the right things.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah,
a mental break.
that
Like,
was
this
what
is this is that.
That's what I was thinking, but like I was like, when one of my friends asked me, he was like, "Yeah, I see that it's the Loading Legends Six Rings. What's the difference?" And I was like, "I think I have an answer, but I don't really know." And so I was like, "I don't want to give you the wrong answer."
Yeah, because normally,
Turn your shit on vibrate. Stop.
normally the thing is like the Nature set on an open gym event just isn't really a thing
Mhm.
for the most part. So that's a thing too. Separating again the identity of the two things and knowing which ones bring a what value as well.
Mhm.
Right.
So yeah, it just made sense. You know what I mean? And I think it worked out.
Mhm.
I think it worked out.
What's up?
Yeah, so it was dope.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you. That's the second open gym tour.
It's one thing to do New York once. Anyone can do New York once if you know somebody, but to go back, do it again, have some label execs in there, and to have it go like that, kind of a big fucking deal, man. So good for you.
good for the community, man. Like,
Yeah,
it's
facts.
not
Yeah.
definitely
True
not just
indeed.
a me benefiting thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot that you
involved.
can bring back home just from that move.
Yeah, it's just a lot of moving parts. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way, but often overlooked. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, everyone, it's like that glacier comparison, right? It's always the work is the bottom part of the glacier, and then the success is that top part, and that's the smallest part.
Yeah.
You never see everything that went into it. So,
Yeah, that be the part that just be like, people be like, oh, like just wrong conversations, wrong time.
yeah.
People are always trying to like have a meeting during the show.
I love watching people try to do that with you guys
Yeah.
in the middle of the show. That's one of my favorite parts of open.
Like, yeah, I want to talk to you about this. I'm like, now?
Right.
It's the here,
now.
listen
Right
to my
now.
song through
Like
my
you literally
iPhone speaker.
stopped me from
No,
like,
it's never about a
walking
song.
through
It's
this.
No, I'm
It's
saying
about,
it's like the same thing. Like, I'm going to talk to you while you're working and doing the show. It's the same thing as the guy that you haven't seen in a while. And he's like, oh, yeah, I do music. Listen to my song. Hey, fam, I don't want to listen to it out of your iPhone speaker. Now is not the time for this.
But it's
maybe
just,
later.
It's just funny because like they're not really serious about said business because why would you want to have this conversation right now? Because you're not going to get this person's full attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was like,
It's what an email's for. It's what a phone number's for.
that's also what setting a time
Yeah.
and place.
An appointment. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We're adults.
Just yeah,
we have calendars. Like we could
It'd be a lot. It'd just be
Figure
a
it
lot.
out.
we have iPhones
It'd be a
and,
lot.
and phones with calendars. We could set the time. But it's
Yeah.
just funny because like niggas be so serious and I just see your face and I could pinpoint when you check out and it's just great.
Because
Every
it's
time.
just
Every
not.
time you just watch it and it's like so subtle. But when you know this nigga, him and you know what I'm saying, both of them.
Once he gets a head nod in, I was like, yeah, he's done.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, it's funny as shit. The face be going stale. I can see it through the shades. This nigga can have shades on. I can still see it.
That's part of it too. Because I be trying to hide it a little bit. Because it's like it's not even like fuck you. It's just like dog, not right now.
And like, yeah, you sound stupid. A lot of times, I'd be like, I know when you make that face, be like, yeah, this shit sounds dumb. And then, but you can't say that. So it just
It would
be like,
depend on who it is too. Sometimes I will. I'll be like, yo, all right, but why would I do that?
it just be funny.
And then they don't have an answer, and I feel bad. I'll be like, I'm just trying to understand like I understand what you get out of that. What's
And it for me.
yeah, like where's the mutual beneficial at in it, right? Like not even on some like come up shit, just
Mhm.
Well, not even mutual. Fuck mutual. I've seen somebody say, in order to be successful, you have to be selfish. If this is not going to benefit me, then
not even saying it from that perspective.
No, but what you do, I'm
also
saying
being
with you
selfish.
being selfish, right? With you being selfish and saying, how does this benefit me? The benefit is not only to you, it pays dividends to everything that you do. So if this is not beneficial to me, why the fuck would I do it? I'm trying to set me and everything that I have going on, which means paying dividends to the other things that I have going on, being successful. I'm just the face. I'm just the person setting this up and getting it done. But it's this whole thing that I come with. So by being selfish, that's how you set yourself up for success and everyone that comes with you. I mean, I think that's a thing that people have to be more cognizant of. You cannot, like we learned that
That's a
in
good
Yacht
word.
Club, you cannot sit there and be fucking the goodwill and expect to be successful. How much of that fucking YC shit did we give away? Do you see that shit out in the streets now? No, you have to be selfish in order to be successful.
Talking
It's just
about
the bottom
clothing
line.
brand from 15 years ago too, though.
Yeah, like you. Well,
put that out
even then, when we were giving shit away, it did absolutely fuck all. You have to be selfish in order to be successful. But also like that conversation, off mic that I had with IDK, it's like being selfish. What are your goals? What are your milestones that you're setting? If it is setting other people up for success, then you being selfish is just really part of one small piece of the goal of bringing everything and everyone with you. It's not a bad thing to be selfish, especially if you want to be successful.
Maybe I just don't like the word selfish. I think there's a balance
I
of
feel like
where you apply pressure.
it's just gotta make sense.
I
like,
would
niggas
just say
just
that's
don't
just
be
a cute
making
way
sense.
of defining selfishness. If I apply pressure here, not here, I'm doing it. Why? Because I
But-
want to apply the pressure. That's me being selfish.
I
There's
feel
nothing
like-
wrong with. There's nothing inherently wrong with the word.
That's what I said.
Selfish.
That's what I said. I'm not.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong. It's just I think too many times people will apply it in such a way that is negative. Right.
Fair.
Like relationships or whatever else. So you're being selfish. And in that moment, it could be a detrimental thing. But I think in regard to what you're doing, you and nature may benefit from being selfish because y'all know the goal. Y'all know what y'all are trying to go towards. So it's like, I have to focus on this. I have to be locked in on this because there's all these
Well,
other things
that's
that come
what-
behind it.
I guess that's where I would use the word focused or locked in, and you would say it's also selfish. And I
It is.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah, being focused, being locked in, it's being selfish. I'm not paying attention to what this person or that person is saying, their input in that. I'm focused on what I'm locked in. I'm focused on me or my goal or my team's goal or
So
whatever.
essentially, you're just saying blocking out distractions.
Being selfish. By definition, that is being selfish.
By
I mean, I get what you're saying.
definition,
I still
like-
think
By
selfish
definition,
might not
yeah,
be the
by
right
definition.
word
Because
there.
if I say, okay, let's boil it down to rudimentary things. I don't want to drink this. I'd rather drink that.
That's not
It's
selfish.
That's a preference.
okay. But what I'm saying, let me get it off.
He's going
Pause.
down.
Let me build.
He's going down swinging.
Let me. No, I'm
Hey,
just
dog.
saying. I guess the point that I'm trying to make is there is nothing inherently wrong with being selfish, pending what your aim and what your goals are. If your goal is to say, I have this thing that I want to do in order to promote local artists from where I'm from and to put them on a stage, of which they would not be able to do without whatever I'm doing, then you should absolutely be selfish in that context, because everything that you do is then going to bleed back and trickle down to the people that you're bringing with you. Because if you weren't selfish in that moment and some guy comes in and goes, hey man, I love what you're doing and I think we could introduce this and I think it would help that. And you're like, nah, I'm not fucking with that. That's in a way being selfish, because it's like, I have this vision, I have this goal. And what you're saying, while it might be good, I don't think so. I have this.
Is that being selfish?
I don't.
Or is that
Selfish.
No.
I think by definition it's being
But
selfish.
no, but
Let's
by
let him die on the hill, guys.
definition,
It's okay.
That's fine. Y'all let me do that.
selfish means lacking consideration for others. By definition. But I'm like, that don't necessarily mean that. You know what I'm saying?
Within
Like,
context,
it just gotta make sense. Like,
But within
if it don't make
context, right?
sense-
If that guy comes up to you, I have no consideration for what you are saying, because I already have this vision and this goal for the people that I'm trying to do for. That is literally textbook selfishness. I hear you, but I'm not going to consider it at all, because I already know what the goal and the vision is. And I know that if I complete this, it helps all these other people back here. I think two things can be true. You can be selfish while still helping others. I don't think that it's mutually exclusive, where like, if you're selfish, it doesn't mean you can't help others.
So Drake
Within context.
did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, he did.
Thank you. The fuck.
Drake
Don't you
did-
fucking blow it off.
It was a great
I
show.
didn't. I said my piece, and you were still dying on that hill. So it's
There's
cool.
no hill to die. All right.
hole in your lip.
I just think I think you're using the word wrong. It's okay.
Drake was a good show. It was a good time.
Nice.
I encourage anybody to go see Drake if they have
Anybody.
anybody.
Okay. So now you got to finish this thing off with Beyonce.
Yeah, that's the last of my.
Isn't she going to?
Thanos.
She performing at RFK. What is it?
She's performing by your house.
I know.
Explain this to me. Why do you need to go see Beyonce?
I just want to
Why?
because I want to.
No, I get it. Thank you. Why? Musicality, performance. Like, what is it about her that you feel like I have to go see her? Because I don't get the allure of Beyonce, so I'm trying to understand.
I see, but I think that's a part of the reason for me too. I want to understand
Got it.
That's crazy.
Market research.
Got it. So it's not because
y'all cannot. Wait, because y'all talking crazy. So there aren't things in the world that are extremely popular that you are not a fan of, but you can understand why they're popular.
absolutely.
So Beyonce doesn't fit in that category.
She absolutely does. I was trying to understand why he wants to go, because I want to know what.
Right, but then
for
y'all
me-
connected on a point about.
Well, because he explained it. He said, I want to go
Right.
to see
So now
what
I'm
the hype is
furthering the
about.
conversation with the question.
No, because I just want to experience that shit for myself. That's why.
Yeah,
that's really all
that's
it
why.
is.
Because
point
for
blank,
me,
period.
the musicality doesn't do it. The performance, sure, she's a great performer, but like outside of that, I don't get why people like Beyonce so much. I don't even find her that attractive. So when he's like, I have to,
I didn't go that far.
Well, no, and when he's like, it's
I
a
get what you're
Thanos
saying.
ring,
I get
I'm
what
like,
you're saying too.
I'm like,
Yeah,
explain
I
it
get it.
to me. So when he's like,
Your point-
to find out, okay, I can agree with
Your
that.
point makes sense. I get exactly what you're saying.
I don't
but
understand.
I do also want to experience a Beyonce show.
I'm
for
not
myself.
mad at you wanting to experience it.
Yeah.
That has no bearing on my
Right.
question.
Mhm.
My question is, do things exist in the world that you don't like that are popular, but you understand why they are popular?
Absolutely, Taylor Swift.
Okay,
Great.
so
So therein, I can understand you wanting to go try to further understand it. What I'm trying to understand with you is, why doesn't Beyonce fit the bill for something that you understand why it's popular, whether you don't like it
no,
or
you're
not?
moving the goalposts. I never
Are you
said
talking-
that.
No,
I
no,
That's
wait,
literally the question I'm
Wait,
asking.
are you
Okay,
talking to
yeah,
me or
so-
Lewis? I can't see.
so
behind
I
you.
I'm
understand-
talking to both of you. I was clarifying what I
Yeah.
said to you, so you knew I wasn't really questioning you wanting to go see Beyonce.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that part.
Yeah. So
But
I understand
I'm
your
asking
point.
on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
premise of what y'all then said,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? Okay, cool. Y'all don't understand the appeal. Cool.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm asking, if that is the case, are there other things in the world that are extremely popular that you don't like, but you do understand the appeal?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wanderlust. I don't understand why people make it such a big fucking deal, but I understand the appeal of it because I like to travel. I just don't understand the whole like putting a label on it and shit. Like I don't get that part of making it trendy, but I do understand why somebody would want to travel in excess. So I to answer your question, yeah, there are other things I think that exist
But
that
Beyonce is unfathomable.
No. Me personally, I just don't understand the appeal.
I think he was trying to fathom.
I can understand.
Well, that's what Tim is exercising. I don't understand it from him. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's why I was asking him why would he? Because I can't fathom it. I was asking him why, so that I can have a better understanding. Do you feel? Because he's saying it's a Thanos ring. I have to go.
He was trying to fathom it.
Explain it to me.
He wanted to fathom the fathom.
I thought it was.
I get what saying that he's going to see the show.
Yes, that's where we agree. What are we talking about?
I get what you're saying.
When he explained it,
you said Tim trying to go to the show to try to fathom it.
Correct.
He's trying to fathom the fathom. Let's leave it. Bam.
No.
Next topic. Let's go.
No, I'm not trying to fathom the fathom. I was trying to fathom why he would go. Then he explained it and said, because like you, I am trying to understand because maybe I don't get it either. So market research, I'm trying to go to find out. That's why I was like, okay,
this is not me questioning. Like,
I get it.
Beyonce's dope, but to the level where people like fan out, I'm trying to understand it because it's not making sense to me.
Yeah, like you trying to see what's going on in the Beehive.
She's dope as hell. She does a great job performance wise and all this stuff. But like, yo, niggas be like giving up their firstborn child to go see. But
I think that's fandom in general. You can pick out anybody.
I want to see this shit in person.
Yeah.
Also, like when you think about fandom, right? There's not a lot of people that have delivered as much as Beyonce.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Facts.
She's had tenure.
So like, if you were a fan early and this motherfucker just keeps
and she's gone diamond, she's gone diamond. Let's be clear.
I'm not saying
the fandom is going to grow.
Fandom is going to be bigger. The more your popularity is, the bigger the fandom. Like one of the homies posted up that, oh my God, I dapped Drake up at the concert.
You're making sense.
Why is that?
This is my whole point.
You're making sense.
This is my whole point.
Your initial point is making sense.
Y'all were kind of dismissive of the why behind Beyonce, and you're telling me why y'all completely understand.
I wasn't dismissive.
I was not dismissive.
I was trying to understand why he would want to go. That's all I was saying. I'm just curious as to why is that a Thanos ring for you? Because a Thanos ring for me would be like, I don't know. I would say Drake is a Thanos ring for me. Like I was just trying to understand why is she a Thanos ring for you? Like Hove, that's a Thanos ring.
You've never seen Hove?
Never.
Hove's a living legend.
Yeah, I know.
I tell you why.
I fucking know, man. I fucking know.
I didn't know that.
That's why you're a bad boy shirt on.
And you want to know why? Is because I've always been scared to spend that amount of money, go and not get a single track from Reasonable Doubt. And I know that's a shitty fucking reason not to go.
Damn.
I know. But also remember, I'm the guy that made you within an hour's notice drive to fucking Philly for the 20th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt just so we could go and be there.
Yeah, you know what I do with that jacket? I wear it to Hove concerts.
I know, man. I know. Trust me, I get it. I know.
The fact that you've never been like as big of a Jay-Z fan as you
I lied. I've seen Hove in concert because of Pharrell. I have never been to a Hove concert, but I have seen Hove in concert.
Doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's at a festival. Yeah,
nah.
But I did see him do some of the songs that I would want him to see him do. It's
like
just,
if Slippers said he'd never been to a Hove concert, I'd be like, perfectly fine.
I get it. I've never been to a Bad Boy concert either. I would love to fucking go. I have reservations about said things. If I go and I don't get Reasonable Doubt
to go to a Bad Boy concert, it was like one opportunity.
What concert would Slippers go to?
System of a Down.
Slippers wanted to be at the Project Pat show.
I would give him Project Pat.
I feel like
he would absolutely go to a Pat show. We've been to Spitter shows together.
Yeah, Spitter shows. I'm gonna say I've kicked the trash.
I feel like the perfect concert.
But also, I feel like I could see Slippers at a Danny Brown concert.
I feel like the perfect concert for Slippers is Devin the Dude.
I can see me and you've done Devin the Dude show.
We have, yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I do want to see Devin the Dude.
Slippers. Danny Brown, you know he did the Juggalo Fest, right? Is that something you would go? Would you go to the Juggalo Fest to see Danny Brown? Cool, let's go, because I want to go. I want to go to the Juggalo Fest.
He would specifically go because it's Danny Brown at the Juggalo Fest.
That's the only reason I'd go to the Juggalo Fest. Well, I'm not a Juggalo, but I would love to see Danny Brown fuck it up at the Juggalo Fest. I think that would be awesome.
Look at him. Look, he cheesy.
Juggalos are fucking, they're interesting people. They're interesting people. I don't know.
He's a happy man now. Because of that concept existing in his head now.
I want to go see Beyonce for market research and the Artesian Woman.
Well, that's a double dip.
I think she will bring all those out. Yeah.
I already see there's a countdown on Instagram.
Her fandom is large.
But I want to understand why.
My fault.
Yeah, go for it.
No, I wanted, because you wanted this to be Mid-Monday. I wanted this to be the show. So I want to talk about what your Mid-Monday is.
Okay. The Travis Scott album.
Because we could argue about Beyonce's equity
to
on
the
stage
cows,
or like
to the
worth.
cows come
Yeah.
home. But here's the thing, right? Let's just get right into this Travis Scott album. Production, phenomenal.
Insane.
Wait,
Rapping,
what?
I thought the
Atrocious.
production on there is great.
I thought the production,
Phenomenal.
the production is really good.
The production is great.
But what he's saying,
Phenomenal.
absolutely.
Phenomenal. That's the word we're using. Phenomenal.
What word would you use?
Good. Great. Phenomenal.
But guess what? It's not your segment.
Okay.
But yeah, nah. I thought the production was really good, but like what he was saying, it was nothing. And then I want to hear about like the shit that happened, like with the show and shit like
That's
that.
not
He
gonna
was like,
happen. He's not
and he
that
was like,
kind of
I'm not gonna
artist.
talk about that.
He's not
That's
that kind of
fair,
artist.
But I don't want to. All right, cool. I don't have to
He's-
participate.
That album was ass.
Oh man, he's talking. You can't hear him.
Yeah, we can't hear you, bro.
Yell.
He doesn't get that high of a decibel.
He's saying turn that shit up.
Yeah.
Not 15.
I
That
agree,
album-
but
yeah,
that
you're
does
not
not
hearing
make
that
the
shit right.
production phenomenal. It just means that 808 was layered differently. That doesn't make it fucking phenomenal. Now, let me be clear. I think
I would listen to that shit
Astro
as an
World might
instrumental.
have been a one-off for me because dog, I was buying merch. I was fucking Travis Hype, whatever the fuck. That album was, now that is a phenomenal fucking album. But I think it might have been a one-off for me because I didn't like any Travis prior, and I
You
definitely
don't
don't
like
like
any
this
Travis
shit.
Pryor?
No.
Wow.
Rodeo, yeah, little bit. Other than that, was never for me.
You didn't like
I guess I don't
you
get it.
You didn't like Days Before Rodeo?
I don't know that I would say I like
you're
it, but it's
backtracking.
cool. It's cool. It's cool.
You're backtracking.
No, I would say it's cool, but I'm just saying the way I stand out for Astro World, like I was like, yo, this is that for me, that was the best album that year. I was like, yo, this album is fucking insane. I want to go to shows. I want to buy the merch. I'm fucking Travis stand the fuck out. Well, I don't even think it grow up because this was what, 5 years ago? I was still 30. I was still 30 years old listening to Travis Scott. It still is not my segment of music. It was still an amazing album. This album was not that for me. I'll die on that hill. That shit was ass.
I would rather listen to this album just strictly as like an instrumental. I don't want to hear him talk.
I could maybe agree with that. Maybe I would like it better if it was instrumental.
Because
Maybe.
the production was really good.
I would say
the
it's
production-
solid.
The production is really good. But he's not saying shit.
Yeah, he's not saying a fucking thing.
Yeah.
Speaking of not saying shit, but
But at
saying
least
something.
at least he makes like him saying not saying nothing. But at least the other times it sounded
No,
good.
because Astro World, I felt like he wasn't saying that shit. Like he wasn't being poetic, but it was like saying some shit. Like
Okay.
it was.
Okay, but to your point, Captain,
I liked everything on Astro World, honestly.
I would listen to previous Travis projects. I know he's not saying shit, but I would want to go listen to the song again or listen to this album again.
I think
There's no replay value on this album.
Yeah, at all.
I think from my listen, I think what Travis did well, right? I like the production, and I had made a joke to Tim prior to listening to it about the amount of features.
Okay,
That's a problem too. But
for him, no.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I think that's his strength. I think Travis is someone whose albums have always felt like this, right? And I think it's part of West Side Gun's model.
no, it is West Side's Gun model.
I'll give you this. It's Ja Rule's model from back in the day.
Now,
He was the motherfucker you wanted on your feature.
here's the great thing about it. You get what Travis brings to a song. He brings motion, he brings energy, he brings dynamic.
The kids. He brings a certain.
Fuck all the kids shit. I'm talking about
Fuck
just the
them
sonics of the song.
Okay. Yeah. fuck
Plus,
them
he's
kids.
a producer.
Yeah.
Not fuck the kids, but like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
feel you,
talking
I
about,
feel
I'm not
you.
even
Yeah,
going
yeah,
over there
yeah.
yet. I'm talking about just how the song sounds, right?
Yeah.
Then he's also got a producer's ear because he does produce.
Yep.
And he brings in the people to say the words that we shouldn't be expecting from Travis.
I will say the way he puts songs together is phenomenal. I will say that is phenomenal. That does not inherently make the song phenomenal. His ear for saying this person should be on this while I'm doing this, fucking goated.
So you're saying there's like 12 layers of good on this song, and you're gonna give me like 25 more bad layers?
No, I'm just saying. I'm going purely based on sonically hearing it because I played it and I was like, yes, fucking Travis.
Feels like
5 years later,
hate.
Sick. I'm ready. Especially coming off Astro World. I was going into it expecting greatness.
When did Astro World
I was ready 5 years ago. I was ready. I was like, fuck yes. I turned that shit on and I'm like, okay.
I was still in college.
Not really. Okay, but all right. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna get through everything. Dog, by the time I got halfway through that bitch, I just started skipping because I wanted to hear the beat because you know he likes to beat switch. So I was like, let me just get fucking past this bullshit because this is whack. This is whack. This is whack. And I'm trying to listen to it. Now, again, maybe I listened to it in the wrong setting because I was listening to it from my phone.
Maybe you only listen to G Perico.
No, I don't only listen to G Perico. But what I'm saying is maybe if I'm listening to it in a concert venue or I'm listening to it in a car that's got some booms in it, maybe I'll change my mind. But from my listening of just sitting with it and saying, hey, new album came out, let me give it a listen, let me just see what's up, ass. Especially when I got to the fucking Drake sneak disses, I was like, oh, extra ass.
Of course.
Because it's corny. Is it not corny?
Why is it corny?
Is it not? I'm going to tell you why it's corny.
Because he has a 6 on his chain.
No.
I was about to say, when you edit this, can you zoom in on the chain?
The 6 has nothing to do with, I'm not from fucking Toronto.
6.
The 6 is my life path number, you fucking heathens. Get some culture in you. Secondly, it's corny because he bought all them Pharrell chains.
On in a 6 chain.
He bought all them Pharrell chains
6
because he's been known as a huge Pharrell stan. They even put out my homeboy, Not Too Busy Workshop on IG, shout out him. He put out this shit where it was like
Shameless
Drake
plug.
drawing fucking Star Trek in his notebook and You are a peace stan. You are a Star Trek stan. That is fine. Cool. Then you bought a fake fucking signed microphone from Pusha T on eBay because you were that big of a stan. Cool. Now you're popping and you talking about you bought them chains at the peak of your fame and financial success, right? You bought all that shit, couple M's up. Now you're talking about I'ma melt down the chains from your boss. That's corny because you're not even directly dissing Push. You kind of side dissing P and Push at the same time. That's corny. Then you say, since V, don't nobody rock LV no more, whatever the fuck he said. Dog, you are on record, on film, on documentaries talking about how much of a fucking stan you are. That shit is wild corny. Wild corny.
Is your 757 showing right now?
100%.
I would, okay, look. I would tell you, even if it wasn't Seven City shit related, it's still corny. It could be Rockefeller, right? It could be Rockefeller. It could have been he was the hugest Rockefeller stan, drawing Rockefeller emblems in his fucking notebook and all this, and then you come back and now you trying to diss Hove and not even saying names. You're not putting names on them bullets. You saying some slick shit. That shit is wild fucking corny because when Push came out and said your fucking name and blew your spot with your son and all this, you had nothing for him. You had to go get Jay Prince to settle this shit. You had nothing for him. But then you want to get on somebody else's album and you want to drop some slight shit. That shit is corny. That shit is wild corny. Was it a good bar? Yes, it was slick. It was a very good bar. Still corny.
Your 757 is showing right now.
It's not, bro. That shit is corny. Replace Push and Pharrell with anybody. Replace him with anybody. Shit's still corny.
Your 757 showing.
That shit's still corny.
So, you know how they say never meet your idols?
Mm-hmm.
I've met them. It doesn't matter. The shit is still corny.
What the fuck are you talking? I'm not talking about you, nigga.
Okay, go. Sorry, yeah.
So
You don't
okay,
know how this
let's let's think here.
Yeah. Talking about Drake meeting. Yeah.
So the Drake. When did the Drake song with Brent Faiyaz come out?
It's been a second.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hold on, let me find
Anyway, it doesn't matter why I came out. What is the point?
It does. Shut up. Wait.
Well, I mean, while he looks that up, to speak to my point, the Jupiter auction just happened last year. So you just copped all these chains last year because you're a Pharrell stan, and now you're talking about melting them down. That shit is corny.
Okay.
That Jupiter
All right,
auction
that's what I
just
thought.
happened.
That's what I thought. Okay. No.
If we want context, there's some context.
Let me make
Shit's
sure.
corny.
Let me make sure I got my dates right.
Like I own a pair of S dots in that Rockefeller
cool.
Reasonable Doubt coach's jacket. It would be corny for me to double back and
I
be
thought I
like,
was right.
"Oh, Jay-Z's whack."
Hey, yo.
The fuck?
I was making sure my calibrations were right. So let's talk about it, right?
Okay.
So again, you said, Drake, got Jay Prince involved and walked away from the beef, yada, yada, yada. I got that, right? So, again, listen,
Me?
hold on.
Absolutely.
I got this one. Don't
I'm a
even
fan
worry
of
about
Drake.
it. Don't even worry about it. I got this one.
Doesn't mean it still wasn't corny.
So, me and you get into beef, right?
Okay.
All right. You the rapper. I'm the rapper.
Okay.
We beefing.
We're
right?
rappers, yes.
All right. You're OG. He put you on the game. He brought you, y'all, yeah.
Okay.
Is for shits and gigs, because he's a producer.
Okay.
Cam.
Okay.
All right. I've always been a fan of Cam before any beef with you, right? All right, cool. Now, me and you get into the beef, even though I'm a fan of Cam. I've never worked with Cam.
Correct. But you diss him anyway.
No. Relax. We're not there yet.
Okay.
Me and you get into this beef.
Sure.
Never worked with Cam. Been a fan of Cam.
Sure.
Super fan.
Sure.
Call it. All right? Cool. We get into the beef. It stops because the big homie said stop.
Sure.
All right. Few years later, you're a big homie. You're OG. You're a producer. I'm on this track with Brent Faiyaz. The first time we've ever worked together.
Okay.
All right. That's part of the fucking game. Like, I don't think, like, you calling it corny, these niggas have been playing this type of silent chess the whole time.
I never discounted silent chess.
Okay.
What I'm saying
so you're calling it corny because you're like, he didn't say his name. That has nothing to do with the chess.
I'm calling it corny because...
Nigga, you're OG. I'm on the track. It's platinum.
I'm calling it
your
corny.
shit not even going platinum with your OG on the track.
That's not true. I'm calling it.
When was the last time Push and Pharrell had a platinum track together?
I'm calling it corny because you let another grown man tell you.
When was the last time Push and Pharrell had a platinum track together?
I would like to finish. You let another grown man supposedly tell you that you're not allowed to drop a diss track to Pusha and that y'all have to stop it. That's number one. No grown man is telling me what to do. Now, it's Jay Prince, so with all due respect, maybe you change your tone when it comes to that. But for context, I'm adding in for context.
Don't you have a 9 to 5?
Secondly, we're talking hypotheticals as if we're both rappers. Secondly, right, it has been dead for how long now, right? And then...
It hasn't been dead, though.
I would like to finish. And then you say some slick shit.
Pause.
Right? You say some slick shit. Now, I can give you a prime example of that exact situation you just gave me. So back in the G, when we were doing music, that exact situation happened where I'm working with Cam. I was working with somebody else, and the dude called himself to diss Cam. Do you know what I did? I will fucking demolish you lyrically. I'm not doing this whole corny, oh, well, I worked with him. No. My allegiance is clearly here. This is where we go from here.
Right, but that wasn't about, that's not what happened.
I'm getting to it. But at that level, right, he's got a track, right? We don't know, and I would like to know, was that Brent's track produced by P that then got Drake paid for to come on the feature? Because we all know how the music industry goes. Just because P produced it does not give him final clearance on who ends up on this track. So if the beat was sold to Brent and it is Brent's track, then Brent decides, oh, there's no clause on this as to who I can add to this. I think as an artist, Drake would sound good on this. What the fuck does that have to do with P? It has zero to do with P. Zero. He has no say. He sold the beat. The beat is now licensed to Brent Faiyaz. He owns the beat. You know what I'm saying? He can do what he wants from there. It still does not discount the fact that what he did in the fashion that he did it is corny. Dog, let's just look at the situation itself. You went on the Jupiter auction. You watched the auction. You followed the auction. You made sure you had the highest bid on his most coveted chains, then shot a video for it with the PSP and the BlackBerry and all these
just
chains.
to show off that I can fuck off more money than
I would
your
like
boss.
to finish. I would like to finish to show his fandom once again to Pharrell the same way he did to Push, and then you double back and say I'm gonna melt it down. First of all, no, you're not, because those are archival pieces. You're not going to do that. So number one, it's corny because you're not going to do it. If you were going to do it, I retract my corny statement. If he melts him down, I'll fucking retract it. That shit is chess. That shit is hard. You actually did it. You got it. But to say
he can if he wants to is hard.
But he's not going to is the point that I'm saying. He bought that shit because he's a fucking stan.
How do you know
this nigga was in fucking English class drawing Star Trek symbols in his fucking notebook. He wanted to be signed by them. He even fucking said it early on in his career. The labels he was looking at was Young Money, Rockefeller, and Star Trek.
You're
fucking corny. It wouldn't mean anything if he didn't go and cop the Jupiter pieces. It would mean fuck all. The fact that you still on dicks and you spent millions on this just to say I'm gonna melt it down is corny.
So he was drawing Star Trek on Degrassi?
No, I was after Degrassi. He was in a wheelchair drawing that shit on Star Trek. Jimmy wanted to be signed to Star Trek, actually. And don't get it twisted. I'm a fan of Drake. I don't want to have this come off sounding like, hey, I love Drake. I'm the one who put him on to fucking comeback season. I was like, yo, have you ever heard of this guy? Like, you need to listen to this guy.
And I'm not a Drake stan. I just don't think it's corny to play this type of chess when they've been playing chess like this the whole time.
How is that chess though? You literally showed I'm a stan and I'm gonna buy these pieces, and now I'm saying you did a video.
I need another beer. This is crazy.
You did a video. If you didn't do all that bigging up of it, then yes, chess. Ooh, you're a smart motherfucker. You bought them pieces just to slight these motherfuckers. Ooh, you real smart. But he didn't do that. He bought the chains, got it all in the video, flexing, stunting, doing all this extra shit. And now you want to, that shit is corny. Now, if he bought it and then was like, ooh, I'm going to wait till this comes out and I'm going to melt this bitch down.
He's missing how it's like funny that like we beefing and I got your boss's chains on.
How? If anything, P gets a last laugh. Bitch, I auctioned this shit off because I said I'm done with it. You get my old shit. This shit from 20 years ago.
Right, and I have the money to fuck off with your toys.
Dog, that's not, no, you missing the whole point. You still on my dick. This is my old shit. You buying shit from 20 fucking years ago. Shit I don't even care about. PB and Van Cleef and Custom Chanel. You think he give a fuck about them old pieces?
Get the satire of it. That's what it is.
Because there is no satire. You are buying my old shit.
We're not going.
I'm not even on that shit no more. Cool. I'm so off that shit. He's even said it. The whole Nego era, I don't even wear babe because Nego don't be in that. Nego being human made, I'm in human made. That's old shit. Y'all are missing that piece. What does that matter? I'm drumming up business for a charity. I don't give a fuck who buys this shit.
That's the funny part.
I personally don't see how it's funny.
It's hilarious.
But you know what's funnier? Why the Captain doesn't have shoes on right now?
Hey, that's insane.
He's relaxing. That's your corny, bro.
You got it, Pharrell Jr.
It's not even, dog, I literally swapped that name with anybody. That shit is corny. If he would add a Rockefeller chain and then said, I'm going to melt this Rockefeller chain, that shit is wild corny. Now, if he was really playing chess and he felt that way and he copped the pieces, never put it in a video, never stunted it on Instagram, never did all that, and then a meltdown video comes out and he's busting them bitches down. Hey, Drake, you fucking, holy shit, that's chess. I'd be sitting here telling y'all, I don't know what the fuck Push got for that. I don't let my stan fucking blind me from facts. If he would have did that, I'd be up here telling y'all, I don't know how Push can recover from that. I don't know how P can respond to that. I don't know what they can do to respond to that much of a chess move.
The option to do it.
But you see, if you say the option to do it, but he also had the option not to stand out and buy the shit and spend all that money, and he did.
You think it's a stand move?
He literally bought it because he was a Pharrell stan, bro.
And then he made a video as an actor and told you that he was.
Oh, now we want to go with the actor shit. He's not been an actor for fucking how long?
He's been acting his entire rap career.
Well, that's another conversation we could have. That's another conversation we could have. Now, if we go with that, then yes, I would be inclined to agree with you.
What are we talking about?
I would be inclined to agree with you if we go with that premise that he's been acting his whole career. Then I would agree. You would get no argument.
He's definitely acting. What rapper isn't acting? That's made it to that level.
That's made it to that level.
What rapper that's made it to that level?
Are we going to sit up here and say Hove's been acting the whole time? Is that what we're going to do?
I don't think Hove has ever made it to the level of superstardom that Drake has.
I think we're discounting the early 2000s.
Nope.
He went platinum on 9/11. Drake could never. He went platinum on 9/11. The towers went down and motherfuckers still went to the record store. They went to the record store and bought records.
That's one city.
Here's my thing.
No, it's not. What the fuck are you talking?
So the record stores closed all across the United States because the Twin Towers went down?
They were still selling in New York, Tim, is what I'm telling you. He still went platinum on 9/11. People still had to go to the fucking... This isn't picking up my phone and adding the album or buying the album. Motherfuckers still went to the record store.
It would be more impressive if
on 9/11.
It would be more impressive if you went platinum in the streaming era than back then.
How?
Because niggas don't buy... When is the last time you bought music?
You're missing it. We're talking about in an era where the only option you had was to buy music on one of the most historical events ever in U.S. history.
We're never giving Lou Tequila O Cup again.
Okay. No, because if y'all
if y'all want to talk the question, when was the last time you actually bought
Tim,
music?
You can't bring that up because you're moving the goalposts. I literally just said in an era where you had to get up off your ass and go buy an album. So you have to compare era for era. You can't say Jay is at the same level as Drake in these days where you can pick up your phone and download it. I'm saying era for era.
I didn't say anything about album sales. We were talking about superstardom.
That's what
and you get a tenth of a penny for me.
You can't say somebody's you can't say somebody's not a superstar and a household name if on 9/11 people are going out and buying your fucking album when the worst tragedy arguably to ever happen on American soil
You sound like the oldest nigga on this podcast and you're not.
Okay.
You sound insane.
I'm comparing era for era is what I'm doing.
Bro,
do you
think Beyonce is more popular than Tina Turner?
No, she is. But if we go era for era, I'm saying if we go era for era.
Tina Turner beat Jim Crow, so she's the one.
Y'all got it.
Does your house have a white picket fence?
What the fuck are you saying, son? It's okay for Drake to be a bigger superstar than Jay-Z.
I never said that.
He is.
He's arguably the most famous musician of all time. I'm not refuting that point.
So what are we talking about?
So why are you arguing?
That's what I'm saying. Y'all got it because y'all not trying to hear what I'm trying to say.
Do you have a white picket fence in front of your house?
If I did, it would just be a fucking sign of opulence and that I made it.
Because I feel like
I don't know why we hate on the white picket fence. Don't be mad at me and my white picket fence because you can't.
Why is that a sign of opulence to you?
Because if you're in a neighborhood that dictates you have a white picket fence, it's kind of a measure of success. I've made it.
No, it's just you just sound real get off my lawn-ish right now. So
whatever.
That man. Do you have any half of bars? Is there any live golf updates or anything?
Yeah. It's actually some. Because
I'm trying to get to these crabs.
I do have a few golf updates. So
go ahead.
You abusing me.
I'm sorry.
I have two half of bars.
But you know what? You're doing better. Because yesterday you caught yourself.
Oh, okay. Yes. Good.
I have.
Solo be doing this. They should. We be rapping and she'd be like, bitch. And I'll be like,
I don't even be doing it that sassy.
I love
it.
It'd be more aggressive, but it'd be like, yeah, that's it. I can't do that. We'd be like, bitch, that's it. Bitch, it's almost Kevin Hart. Bitch.
I love when like women like refer to me like that because it's like now you're comfortable with me. So now
that's the juxtaposition.
And I think that's dope.
I just be trying to be mindful of the generation.
Is that dope?
I'm trying to. That's what I'm saying.
It depends on the woman.
I'm trying to be mindful of the generation. You know what I'm saying? Like the difference of it, though.
It depends on the woman too.
You know what I'm saying? So I know it be ringing off differently.
I think what I've seen it with the younger generations is like spicy. Like if a woman refers to you that she sees you as like the gay best friend.
No.
Nah.
Okay.
Also, too, y'all have to realize it's a difference between like northern and like southern. Like southern niggas say bitch to nigga all the fucking time.
Yeah, like I've heard Wayne has called Currency bitch on a track and they're giggling.
You know what I'm saying? It's not the same.
I'm not gonna play my mans like that. They was chuckling.
Yeah.
But yeah, they chuckled after it.
All right. Yeah. So the first half of bar.
Yes, sir.
I wanna shout out my guy Marcus Bird. He's on the APGA, which is a tour slightly under the PGA Tour.
Got it.
He won his 4th tournament this year, so he set the record for wins in the year. So shout out to him. He has conditional status on the Canadian tour. He's about to go to Q school, do all this stuff. So just want to shout out the black brother from PG County.
Congratulations.
Doing the thing for both. So just want to shout him out.
While we're on the topic of congratulating people, half a bar, shout out my man P. He recently just got another bag to T.I., another bag to Rick Ross. He makes all the custom bags, luggages, luxury shit. And he's just been on a run lately. He's been in a creative space where he's just pumping shit out, and he's been getting it done. So shout out P.
You gonna actually shout out like the brand, or
so it's UAOP luggage on the gram.
UAOP
luggage, and that's his luggage brand. He also has a brand that he's working on right now called Avant Noir. Noir's the new black. That's his.
That's the guys you went on the Pharrell adventure with.
That's P. Yeah. So he's working on that, and he's pumping that out. So congrats, and more success to him. So.
All right, bet. Any other half a pause?
Yeah. We didn't get to this last week, but the basketball tournament started. It's one of my favorite things of the summer. It's a basketball tournament, but it's a tournament where it's NCAA style. But these are all professional ballers. But they'll come play for all right, cool. Georgetown will have an alumni team. Kansas will have an alumni team.
Got it.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's dope. But the winner of the tournament, the team gets $1 million.
Not mad at that.
It was up to 2 before the pandemic, and then it went back down because obviously funding and shit.
Yeah.
But
the college team gets that bread.
No, so the people who actually dribble
selfish.
The people who actually dribbled the basketball was part of the team.
Nice.
So and it's not even just college teams. Floyd Mayweather has a team. Chris Paul has a team in that joint. So it's super dope.
So it's like Big 3.
No.
A little bit, right?
He's trying to make it what it ain't and not let it be what it is.
I'm trying to understand.
It's literally a
conglomerate of players from all over the place.
If you lose, you're out.
Yeah.
So it's literally like March Madness.
Sick.
But for professional ballers.
Sick.
And up.
Yeah. So it's super dope. They've had ISO Joe was in it for a long time. But
was Hezzy God there?
I think he was.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious. I think he was.
I was joking for real.
But no, because I've been following this shit for a while. This is the 10th year, so it's the 10-year anniversary.
Lou's knees would shatter if Hezzy got pulled up.
Yeah, nah. It's ISO Joe was there. There's definitely been a few it's definitely a lot of niggas that was in the NBA that are playing this shit now. Like Corey Brewer was there this year. Thomas Robinson was there, another PG product. But
I know what you meant.
Yeah, it's dope to watch. It's just fun because you never know what's gonna happen because it's literally it's like March Madness but in July.
That's fire.
Got it. That's tight.
Yes.
You gotta have a bar too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if this counts.
Wait, no, you gotta.
We got to do things correctly.
Okay.
You need a button.
All right.
You ready?
Yes.
You only get half a bar.
There it is.
So look, I don't even know if y'all know about this, but I told you about this, and I wanted to bring this up. Kodak did a song with 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
And it has been real controversial, because everybody's like, oh, you did a verse with a snitch. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he got $1 million.
What?
Hey, that's Tequila O Cup. But he got $1 million for the verse. And on the verse, he just dissing Snitch 9. That's crazy. He's dissing 6ix9ine on the verse, calling him a snitch. And you know what I'm saying?
All right, here's the thing. Let's just end this right now. If somebody's paying me $1 million to rap,
I'm gonna rap.
For less than a minute.
Yes.
Let's also be clear who's the number 1 on Apple charts right now.
Who?
Gunna. Worldwide chart. He is number 1 for Fuck You
We
Mean.
talked. You wasn't here, but
that's why I brought it up.
We talked about this.
We talked about that, and then we were like, "Oh, but 6ix9ine was different." But I'm like, "Oh shit." We thought that nobody was gonna do a fucking song with him, and then Kodak did it, and it's all this controversy. But I'm like, I don't believe in.
Also, Kodak. So here's the thing, right? I would do the song for $1 million. Absolutely. I don't even rap, but if you pay me $1 million, I will.
In there.
I will find a pen and some paper.
Let's also be clear. Snitching allegations aside, the kid made good music while he was out. There's a reason
That's
why
what
he
I was
was
just
number
about
one.
to say. There's a you can't
take the snitching shit,
mix-
take all that rap shit, bravado shit out. He makes good music. Period. So if
Mixing
Kodak
all
got
this
on it and did his
street
thing,
shit, mixing all the street shit with the music shit is stupid to me. I don't understand that
We talked
because
about this.
it
We talked
doesn't.
about this last podcast.
Nicki
though.
said it too when
We
she was
don't-
defending 6ix9ine.
95% of the people on this earth, probably even 99, they do not abide by street rules because they don't live in the street.
No, yeah, I'm calling the cops. Fuck all that.
So like, what the fuck? So like, what the
Listen,
fuck are
I
we
pay
talking
taxes.
about? And so like, people get it confused when like niggas be on Twitter and they get like 1,000 retweets. Like, oh, this is what niggas are doing. Like, nah, it's not.
That's
what-
only in rap, though. Let's be clear. It's only in rap. Is it's such a big fucking deal. It's only in rap.
Well, all right, I'm not even. That's another podcast.
It is. You don't
Oh,
hear about
shit, I
that
guess
in
you-
any other genre of music.
So I have a question.
Oh shit.
Can I send you like?
Tim don't want to eat.
No, it's just
Oh.
for new. Are we doing new music?
Fuck new music. I'm hungry.
Okay,
we'll give
never
him new music in the week.
Never mind.
Bet.
All right, bet. That's
I love y'all though. We about to get to these crabs.
also,
Young Mitch.
O's are number one. So
Sidebar. Shout out to Cardi B throwing that mic at that motherfucker that threw the drink on. I thought that was
Yes.
appropriate. And anybody
girl,
that
fuck
doesn't,
you.
yeah,
fuck your
facts.
couch.
Yeah.
Young Mitchell, as we do it this time every week, can you tell these people what to do?
closing doors.
You know,
You only get half a bar.
not the right button at all.
Step back, doors closing.
We can edit that out.
That was great. I'm keeping it.
First of all, we live.